Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing great. This is Pravindari from Dice University, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the top three best affiliate marketing tips, especially for beginners, guys. So, are you ready for today's video? But before we go to today's video, just the usual, guys, please support us by hitting the red subscribe button for this channel, the like button for this video only if you like this video, guys, not now at the end of the video, as well as the bell notification so that you don't miss any of our upcoming videos and so that we can keep creating good content for you all the time. So are you ready for today's video? Let's go.
This video is brought to you by Landerize.com. Create highly optimized landing pages in minutes. Get your 14-day free trial in the description below this video.
Welcome to today's video, everybody, where we are going to talk about top three best affiliate marketing tips for affiliate marketers, and especially if you're a beginner affiliate marketers. So let me just tell you guys, this video is going to be an informative video. So I'm still going to show you guys a lot of stuff, but it's going to be fairly much more shorter compared to our other videos where we do the live build and all this stuff, right? It definitely makes sense, right? So the part that I would be concentrating today are specially catered for affiliate marketers slash media buyers, means affiliate marketers who actually use paid method to promote their offers. I'm not talking about organic methods. I'm not saying that organic method does not work, but I don't believe in the word free, because I always say to you, right, if we are talking about organic method, that means that you are trading your time in exchange of result, while when you're using a paid method, you are actually trading your money in exchange of results. So that's how it goes. There's no such thing as free, because with organic method it requires much more time, much more effort to actually do this. And if you want to cover top three best affiliate marketing tips for SEO specialists, that would go like a very long list. Then for different organic Facebook organic traffic, that would be going a different long way. And all this actually will work in a very different manner, so like I told you, in this video I'll be concentrating on the paid method. So if you're an affiliate marketer, you use paid method like Facebook ads, Google ads, native ads, whatsoever ads, guys, you pay somebody to actually put these ads for you, then these are the tips for you. So let's not waste any time and get started, shall we? So first tip that we are going to give you is that spend more on your testing phase. That means, right, what I meant by spend more budget on your testing phase is that, let's say you are running a campaign, the most important thing that you need to do is test is very important. When you see my videos and everything, I always tell you test and then optimize. Because the test word will come three times, right? Test and then you optimize, because test is very important. You need to test a lot, and then when you find that particular winning campaign, then you optimize that campaign and then you scale that campaign. But the first thing is you need to test to find out that winner. That's the hard part. So what I will usually do is, and what I will usually advise people to do is that you spend more budget on your testing phase. Definitely, you might be thinking, hey, what are you talking? People need to spend more money on your scaling phase. Yes, correct. But then you need to have data. How do you actually know which campaign is working and all this kind of stuff, right? So first you need to test your campaign. So that's why you need to spend a lot of money in testing. This is the way I will actually do it. Whenever you are doing an ad, right, there will be a bidding session. Like for example, let's go an example in AdBlade. So when you are in AdBlade, when you try to create a ad, you can actually scroll down and you can actually see this one, bidding option. So this is something which is available every single ad network, let it be Facebook, Google, or whatsoever. You need to put your bidding, guys. So this is very normal. So there will always be a minimum bid, there will always be a recommended bid and all this kind of stuff. So depending on what kind of network you are engaging and associating with. But what I will do is, let's say the minimum bid is 0.35 for, like, for AdBlade, right? I will not put 0.35. I will always put slightly higher than the minimum budget, and also slightly higher than the recommended budget. Like, let's say the recommended budget is 0.03. I would definitely go 0.05 or 0.06, because I want to spend more on my testing phase, so that I can actually collect that particular data on which campaign is winning. And this particular data is what I'm going to use to optimize my campaign and to scale my campaign. So you need more information. The thing is very easy, guys. The equation is very easy. The more you pay equals to the more data you get. Simple as that. That's why I always recommend newbie beginners and affiliate marketers and media buyers to actually go ahead and spend more budget on their testing phase, guys. But now comes the next question: how do you actually get all these data, guys? You pay money, and then how do you actually get it? And that is where the next tips comes, where you need to go ahead and use an external tracking software to collect the data. Definitely all of these particular networks, ad network, they will have, mostly, I'm not saying all, but mostly they will have their own internal tracking system as well. But as a beginner affiliate marketers, I would highly not recommend you to just use that particular internal tracking software, because first thing is that informations there are very limited. You can't find a lot of informations that you can actually optimize your campaign on all this kind of stuff. And definitely it's not so reliable. Let's say you're using an ad network called Exoclick, for example, and then you're running a full sweep there, and then what happens is that you're using that particular ad networks internal tracker, and you're not depending on anything. You will not know whether you get conned, whether you are cheated, whether you're lied by the ad network. I'm not saying that they will actually do it, but what if they do it? You would not even know. And that's why I always encourage beginner affiliate marketers to use external tracking software. So there's a lot of external tracking software out there: bmob, bnorm, rate track, also so crazy a lot of tracking software there is, guys. But what I would highly suggest you to use is called Volume. You can actually go ahead and Google Volume. You can see how good they are. Personally, I've actually used them for quite some time. We in Dice University forum actually use Volume a lot. If you want to use Volume, the link is also in the description of this video. Just want to let you know. So the Volume, what I like personally about Volume is that with Volume, the support is super awesome. It might look a little bit complicated when you actually go ahead and try to do these things, but the support there, the live chat, the email there, it's very helpful. They can actually guide you step by step, and they don't even break a sweat. Trust me, guys, I've did that, and I've done that. That's one of the major reasons why I would highly recommend Volume, guys. But not only that, if you are if you're a person, or if you're following our channel and all these kind of stuff, right? Most of our live build, most of our tutorial would be based on Volume, because we actually use Volume a lot. So it will be based on Volume. We will not use other tracking software. So for example, let's say I'm doing a live build, I'm doing a Facebook build whatsoever, right? I will be using Volume as my tracker. So if you want to follow how I do it, you need to use Volume, because different tracker has different settings with their systems and everything, right? Even if you are Dice University forum members, let's say you want to join the free, there's actually a free 45 days native ads course exclusively for Dice University forum members, guys. So if you're a Dice University forum members, go ahead and grab it. If you're not a Dice University forum members, then go ahead, see the link in the description below stating Dice University Forum. Go ahead, register into Dice University Forum and start using the free 45 days native ads course. So regardless whether it's a free 45 days native ads course or it was a previous course or an upcoming course, mostly we'll be using Volume to integrate with as our tracker as well. So these guides would be really hard if you do not actually use Volume and you use other tracking software, but it's totally up to you. If you want to use other tracking software, go ahead and use it. But the major key point here is that make sure you use a particular tracking software. That is important. You need to use an external tracking software. What the software is, it's totally depending on you. I would recommend Volume, but it's totally depending on you. So you need to use this particular tracking software, collect as much as possible data there is, and then you try to optimize your campaign. So that's the second tips that we're going to give you. The third tip that we are going to give you is do not reinvent the wheels. What do I mean by do not reinvent wheels? I know if you're a beginner affiliate marketer, right? And then you saw your offers and everything, and then you think that you are a graphic designer perhaps and all this kind of stuff, so you go ahead and design the creatives, the landing page yourself. Trust me guys when I say something that whatever that looks good, looks really nice, doesn't mean that it is actually a converting offer. You would be actually very surprised to see a converting landing page or a converting ad which looks pretty simple. There is no much creatives there, there's no much pictures, there's not so exotic designs and all this kind of stuff. It's literally a plain landing page and it converts very high, because that's how things works guys. It's totally depending, guys. I'm not saying that too exotic would work, and I'm not saying that not exotic at all would not work, guys. But the thing is, do not reinvent the wheel. Do not try to create the ad from by your own. Try to put the creative, the words, the landing page, everything you do by your own. You can do this, but this is actually something which takes a long time to actually master, and this takes a long process to do. Let's say you're doing this in a campaign. You're doing a campaign, right, an ad campaign, and then you want to find the creatives, you want to choose a proper image, you want to edit that image, let be in Photoshop, let it be in Canva and all this kind of stuff. So you want to add it, and then you want to go ahead and do your landing page and all this kind of stuff. So do not try to complicate yourself. So don't reinvent the wheel. Use all the proper resources which is available. For example, if you want to build landing page, there's actually Landerize. Landerize is built especially for affiliate marketers by our very own Colin Dice himself, where there's a lot of templates for different particular niche: sweepstakes, neutral, gambling, adult offers, and blah. So there's a lot of templates which people have it already tested, it's already working, and then you can actually go ahead and use all these templates. So let's talk about ads on the other hand. So what about ads? I don't know how the ads copy look like. Don't worry guys, just go ahead and use a spy tool. And what we are using currently is called the Anthrax. It's the most cheapest spy tools that you can get. Not only cheap, they have a lot of functions that ad complexity or ad bait they do not have. So this is actually a very good platform. So you can actually go ahead and spy on a particular let's say native campaign. You can spy on them. Let's say push campaign, you can also spy on them, on all this kind of stuff. So you can actually do a lot of things. It's really worth it to have a particular spy tool, guys. You can see the creatives, you can see the landing page, you can see which country it's working, you can see what time it's working, even without testing anything yet. So you have the information beforehand, and then you go ahead and test, guys. That testing is compulsory, guys. So even though you know this information that working, make sure you go ahead and test it out as well. So by using spy tool, you will actually save a lot of times, and you will find winning campaign. You can actually read this: build winning campaigns today by spying on your competitors. So easy to do, guys. So basically that's three basic tips that I would actually highlight to the affiliate marketers, especially if you're beginner affiliate marketers. Let me just recap it. The first one is that what was the first one again? So the first one is that spend more money on budget, spend more budget on the testing phase, which is a very important phase. The second one would be use an external tracking software to collect more data, and the final one would be do not reinvent the wheel. Use tools like spy tools to get the ads, to get the landing page, to see what is working and what is not working this. So utilize all these guys and you will be good to go. I think that's about it from me from today's video, guys. But before I go, just a little bit help, guys. Please hit the red subscribe button or just down this video so that you can actually support our channel and so that we can keep creating good content for you as well. And then make sure to hit the like button only if you like this video. If you hate this video, you can go ahead and hit the dislike button if you want to, guys, but don't hate this video, guys. And finally, do not forget to hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any of your upcoming videos within this channel, and so that we can also keep creating good content for you always. Remember, we can only create good content if there's good support. If there's no good support, I will not create any content anymore, guys. So that's about it, guys. I hope this video was beneficial for you and you enjoyed today's video. So I'll be seeing you in the next one. Till then, bye bye, tada.